other, celebrate the joys of life, and to console each other.
Hello, I am Messiah, but I must interrupt this show.
Later, you know what it is. Hey, Ham Solo. It's time, baby. Low, it's time how we do. Hey.
They said we said we hit. They said we said we on. They said we said we strong. They said we said we go. We say that you heard right. 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 They said we said we in. They said we said we on. They said we said strong. They said we said we go. We say that you heard right. 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 Man, I swear that it's imminent. I've been going so hard on my penmanship. About to go in and buy me a whip. And I pull that shit fresh off the dealership. I can leave you in red like an Xbox. Got me laughing at you like you Red Fox. Got you chasing Hot Wheels like a Matchbox. EA running the game and it don't stop. Super cold like I'm playing for Blizzard. Got you all in my sights like Red Dead Redemption. Never gonna slip on my pimpin'. Better get out my way, bitch, I'm on a mission. Really ain't no competition. I'm steady grilling opposition. I'm get up and ready to win. They can play it how they play, but fuck what you say. I'm getting this money today. Last of us like a dying breed. Down the ride like a noble steed. Fatality moves, I make you bleed. That's on any game, that's on any screen. Shut up and give me your money. They said we so lit. Even if I take an L, we coming back just to show that we don't quit. They said we hit. They said we said we on. They said we said we strong. They said we said we go.
Hello, Loke. You there?
Oh, okay. Greetings and salutations, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a special, weird, and interesting episode of Everything Plus Gaming on TSWS because we're trying something new. We're trying something different. As you can see, I'm Loke7. Joining me, as always, is Mr. Ham Solo. Ham, how you doing?
I'm actually kind of excited, to be honest. Like trying this new thing, it looks interesting. I like how the comments are on the screen now without all this extra BS. We got a little extra flair around our pictures and, the stuff. I still haven't figured out how to do the background quite yet, but I'm working on it because there's a studio mode to where I can transition it when I get it done. So, I'm having a pretty good time right now, but as of right now, we are on our trial week of trying this streaming service that gives us the ability to be able to talk to you guys at a lot cheaper of a price than that silly ass StreamYard.
And it seems like it's better. It's not just about about the price. It seems like it actually is better. So it's a big plus. Ray B. Henriksen.
Yeah, Ray B's dope, man. He is asking me a ton of questions the other day when I had whatchamacallit, Mads Gaming on, and he might follow Mads or something. I'm not sure if he does or not, but he slid through that day and he was very vocal in the chat, which I appreciate. I like that stuff. Shout out to Spidey Ring said looking good. I appreciate that. Let's go.
Yep.
And even like if you actually go to watch the stream right now,
I'm doing that right now.
Even the video game content looks better.
I'm excited for Football Manager.
I mean, I'm still gonna have to wait and see because it looks like it's going in slow motion right now. But it looks better than it did before. Less stuttery,
less choppy, yeah.
But anyways, Loke, you asked how I was doing. How are you doing, brother? And how are y'all doing in the chat? How are y'all doing today?
I'm shaky. Like we were saying in the back room before we started. It's going down in terms of politics in Mozambique. So this might be the last time I show up on here for, I don't know, a week maybe. I don't know. It's going to be weird. But besides that, on a positive note, I I've been playing Black Ops 6. I finished the campaign and I think it's exceptional. I think it's way, way, way more than I expected. I expected a boring, by the numbers little romp. Instead, I actually got like some cliffhangers. I was surprised. I was scared. Black Ops 6 has some genuinely scary parts.
That's
Uh,
awesome.
I like all the oh man, I don't want to spoil it. I don't want to spoil it. Anyway, anyone that hasn't played Black Ops 6 campaign, from the statistics that I'm looking at, a lot of people get Black Ops. Oh, sorry, they get Call of Duty and they just go to the online. Dude, please go and play that campaign. Because I finished it. That thing's been out for almost a week or two, if I'm not mistaken. And it's literally, right? Literally all the achievements in the campaign are like super rare because no one's doing them. No one's beating
No
them.
one's doing them. Yep. No.
So it would
Everybody's
be
on that
nice,
online, bro.
bro. And
Everybody.
I was bored. When was it? Saturday night. I was bored. I was like, you know what? It's almost mid. No, it was almost 10 p.m. I was like, you know what? Let me try this zombies thing. I finished the campaign. Let me try this zombies thing. Quickly play maybe for an hour, and then I'll go to bed. Maybe I might uninstall Call of Duty because it's a big ass file, right? Because I've already played the campaign. Fuck it. I hopped on zombies. I went to bed at like 4 in the morning.
Dude,
I'm
zombies is
now,
banging.
yeah, I'm now level what, 32, 33. I mained a shotgun, and then I found the automatic shotgun, and then I leveled it up. I've killed almost like 5,000 zombies with that shotgun. And I can see, I can see it, Ham. I can see how people can be like, yeah, I'm just going to buy COD and I'll play that for the whole year. I can see how that
Hmm.
can happen. Yeah. It's
Yeah,
not so
it's a
crazy.
trap.
It's like Game Pass.
It's a trap. Yep.
What have you been playing, Ham?
I've been playing quite a bit of Dragon Age.
Ooh, the woke
Yeah.
god.
Yeah, I guess so.
I like what I've been hearing about it though.
Do you?
Um, yeah, yeah. What's his name? Flemish. My buddy Flemish. He spoke to me about how 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 like the discourse around it is not being genuine, and he used an example. I think it was Asmongold. Asmongold made a video, and then in one of his videos playing the game, he's like, "Ah, I'm forced to be trans. I can't be anything. I
What?
have to be trans. Yeah, yeah, yeah."
It's not
So
true.
so Flemish was like, hold on, let me show you the video. And then I had to get up from playing COD on the couch, came to the computer, and then he showed me his Discord. And yeah, in the Asmongold video, if you zoom in, there's a back button right there. There's a back button, and he either didn't see it or he was being disingenuous. Yeah.
Yep, that's how it goes, man. Somebody doesn't like something and they just lie to everybody. So they don't like it either.
Yeah. For me, I was concerned because I was like, dude, I don't want to be forced to do that. I don't want to do that. I'm not, I believe in actual inclusion, and inclusion means adding. You can't come in there and be like, no, no, you don't have a choice. You have to participate in this. That's not inclusion. Now you're just forcing people to do stuff. And then it's an RPG, right? The whole point of RPGs is choice. So the narrative online was that you were being forced, but then when Flemish showed me, it was like, dude, you can play the whole thing. It's not even like a topic. I was like, oh, all right. So when I have time for it, I'll play Dragon Age. I have it on my Xbox actually because I'm game sharing with Flemish. Anyways, I'm glad you're having a good time with it. How many hours so far?
Probably like 20 some.
Okay. All right. So it's not metaphor hours, but decent.
No.
Decent.
Yeah, definitely not bad, but definitely not it's not metaphor. In fact, and if I'm being honest, my score actually went down a little bit.
For metaphor.
No, for Dragon Age.
Oh.
So it was sitting at like an 88, and now it's kind of hovering around at 85, 84.
Okay.
And it might end up as low as 81.
You have to give us the context. I'm dying right now. I need to know why.
I mean, I think you'll appreciate why. It's just the story is just not hitting me.
Yeah.
It kind of
Okay.
seems like I'm just picking choices.
Yeah.
Like you know how it like it's an RPG game, obviously, right?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I'm just kind of going through the motions, and I don't really like that feeling.
Yeah, it doesn't seem impactful. It's not well written. You don't feel like you're actually doing
Ooh,
something that
you cut out
that
for a second.
not
What'd
only
you say?
matters
You
but
don't
you
feel like I'm
believe.
doing what?
You don't
You cut
feel
out
like
for a
you're actually
second.
doing. Okay. Yeah. So I was saying, is it because you don't feel like you're actually doing something that matters in a world that you believe in,
Right.
or it
Pretty
just
much.
feels like it feels like you're looking at something surface level and it's like, ah, dude, whatever. This is not important. It doesn't matter.
It's kind of how it feels. It's just like, okay.
Yeah,
It, do-
it's
it
not.
it doesn't really feel like in when I was playing Metaphor, and keep in mind both games kind of set you in a path that it's kind of gonna happen regardless, right?
Yeah.
So, but with Metaphor, it just felt like that they knew that, so they made sure certain specific moments had its just like grandeur that had kind of its like wild situations, right?
Mm.
As for Dragon Age Velgard, it kind of gives you all these different choices, but none of them really feel like super duper impactful, or none of them really feel taken, or I guess just too serious. They all kind of feel like, sure, I'll just choose this one. Like when you hit like the love button, to try to romance somebody,
Yeah.
it just feels so like rare or just like uncontrolled. It doesn't really feel like I really understand when I'm gonna be able to talk to this person again, or like how this really how our relationship's really growing. I guess it's just me saying something cute and then them blushing or something like that.
Oh my goodness. So it's the complaint about dialogue that people are talking about. There's
Kind
no
of, yeah.
real there's no rhythm, there's no believability in the dialogue. It feels
I feel like that is better than the way I put it. There's just no believability in it, really,
yeah.
for me
Yeah.
personally.
And for a story focused game, dude, that's like getting the reload mechanics wrong in Call of Duty. It's very important for you to be able to suspend disbelief, you know?
Right.
Raichi says, my question is, why would uh, so is okay, Ham. This one's interesting from Raichi. This one's interesting. He says the choices in Quest are: one, say yes politely; two, say yes but not happy; three, say no but accepting anyway. Is that a realistic portrayal of how the choice system works in this game? Did you feel like you were kind of being railroaded down certain paths?
I felt like I had the amount of choice. Like I feel like, yeah, I guess that's just it. Just it'd be a lot easier just to say, yeah, Raichi, it's kind of like that.
Oof.
Where it's
I'm
just
not
kind of like, all right, I'm making a choice, but it's
not really.
gonna kind of happen regardless. There's been a few moments where I was able to like to kind of pick who was coming with me down what route, and the other people were going elsewhere, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, so I mean, there are some moments, but I just don't feel like there are enough. I'm not going to say the game flat out doesn't have it. I just don't feel like there is enough for me to be like, oh man, like I really feel like I really feel like I'm playing the game my way instead of me kind of having a good idea that I'm playing the game how pretty much everybody else is playing it, or most people.
For an RPG, that's crucial, dude.
It is, right? Because you're supposed to feel like your own kind of
Yeah.
thing. And right now I just kind of feel like whoever said this before, but they said that it feels more like a JRPG than like a Western RPG. And I agree with that. It does. It feels
Oh,
very much kind of like a Final Fantasy kind of thing.
yeah. Yeah. Where the
Except
story
in
is
the
set.
world of Dragon Age.
So the story is already set. You can kind of change one or two little like points in the story, but the overall thing, it's already done.
Yeah, but like I'll say something positive about it though. The gameplay is banging. The gameplay is really fun, and leveling up is nice. So the game feels good. It looks good. Just the writing could be better. That's my only thing about this game.
And Ham, don't crucify me. All right, don't kill me when I say this. That's exactly how I feel about Dustborn.
Oh, I'm not going to crucify you for that.
Yeah, because Dustborn looks fine, in my opinion. Dustborn plays fine for what it is. But that writing for a story focused game is a big problem.
Right? Yeah.
And I think we can put the same like crux on Dragon Age, because the thing that makes Mass Effect shine is the writing. The
I
thing that
feel like
makes
the writing in this game is as good as Horizon Forbidden West.
so not very good then.
Not good, but not like absolutely terrible. Like I could see why some people would like it. It's just not me.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
mediocre.
yeah. It's kind of a subtle. I get it. Kind of fun. I can follow it, but I might hit A and look at my phone.
Jeez, that's not good. That's not good. When
Maybe
you
it's the personality of my own. Maybe it's the personality of my person or something like that. I don't know. But like the choices don't really help it that much either,
what you mean the
right?
choices don't really help?
Like the conversation choices.
Ah,
They don't really help me to like if I pick something to say mean, I don't feel like my guy's really being mean. I feel like he's kind of treading softly, but being a little bit like forward. He's being
mm,
forward, but not mean. But the option says mean.
yeah, yeah,
You know what I mean?
yep, yep.
Like
Which
I
kind
wanted
of takes you out of the game.
when I hit the say something negative or say something like rough button, I'm expecting to piss this person off.
Yeah, go all in.
Not make them kind of like, huh. And that's kind of what I feel like I'm doing is just making them kind of like, huh, or maybe see it my way or something like that.
When actually you wanted to say, fuck off. No, I'm not gonna do that.
Exactly.
And then the button, the description told you that's what your character was gonna say, but they didn't say that.
No, they said something much nicer.
which reminds me of something that SkillUp said in his review, where he said the dialogue feels like HR is in the room at all times.
That makes sense now.
After playing it, it makes sense.
Yes, after playing it and hearing that he said that in his review, that
Yeah.
now makes sense. It doesn't feel like your guy. It like I gotta keep saying this because I feel like people are gonna hear this and think that I think this game stinks. It doesn't stink. I'm still playing it because I enjoy it. I'm not playing it because, like, for Horizon Forbidden West, I felt like I had to play it because I spent $70. For this game, it's like I'm game sharing, so I really don't have to play this shit.
Yeah.
But I am because I think it's fun.
And worth your time.
Right. It is worth my time, and I do want to see my guy become an absolute demon. And there's potential for the story to get better. Like we got to remember, this isn't a 10, 20-hour game. This is a long game.
Yeah.
So there's still potential for the story to get better. I mean, as many times as we said, man, that game was great, but the way they stuck the ending was garbage. It could be the opposite for this one, where it's like, man, the story, most of the story was lame, but the way they stuck the landing was fire. Like it could happen in this. So I'm not going to completely say, hey, it's all bad. But what I am going to say is, as of right now, I'm only playing it because of how I feel during the gameplay moments, not based off of how I feel from the story beats.
Yeah.
And there's plenty of games where I've loved that have that same issue. Like there's games that I absolutely love that I'm like, dude, I couldn't tell you. Like Elden Ring, I love that game. I couldn't tell you shit about the story. I thought the story was silly and like super duper, like trying to be intellectually deep and like I didn't give like once I seen the direction that Elden Ring was going with the story, I was like, I'm all good. I'm all set. I don't care about the story. But the gameplay was fire and I beat the game. It could be that same thing for this game.
Yeah. Ham, would you mind unselecting Raby's comment there so I can keep it moving, please?
I forgot about it. I wish you were able to do that shit.
Man, I need to figure out what's stopping me from doing it. So Raichi, member for 16 months. Thank you so much for supporting TSWS. Raichi says Ham still believe he didn't saw the ouch up yet. I don't know what he's talking about specifically.
I think he's talking about the push-up thing.
Oh yeah, the push-ups. Did you get to the push-ups yet?
No.
You know what? I'd be curious to find out, and this is why I want you to finish the game, Ham.
I'm gonna.
I would like for you to tell me if you actually finish it and that scene doesn't even show up.
That would be interesting.
Yeah, because as soon as we can ascertain that scene and probably other scenes as well are optional and dependent on whether you lean into the whole pronouns area of your character, that would be an interesting discussion to have.
No, yeah, that would be interesting. It'd be pretty cool to be like, hey, I didn't have this happen, but this person did. And that's one of the things I haven't really seen anybody have with this game yet, right? I remember when Starfield came out, everybody was having these different experiences.
Cyberpunk as well, Baldur's Gate. That's what makes an RPG an RPG, bro.
Exactly. Even Elden Ring, right? Like
even Elden Ring. Which is not even a fucking RPG.
It's not, but it's towing that line of just like a little bit like just something else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just being outside of the norm a little bit. Especially with its ability to adventure, because FromSoft never did that, right? It was very linear previously. So having the ability to be able to branch out was good for that. But for this, like I said, what I think it does really well is I do like some of like the secret kind of areas or walkways or areas that are like, there's boards and stuff all over and you break it. And I'm not saying this is the first game to do that because it's clearly not. But
Yeah.
I do like that little added piece of treasure that they have in like in the game, and you can find stuff within the quest and stuff like that. That's pretty nice. I said this already. Leveling up's pretty nice. Not being able to swim is kind of silly. If you've seen that right there, I just drowned it.
Oh,
Just by
I didn't know that.
yeah, I barely stepped into the water and started drowning. So, but yeah, I mean, I enjoy it. All in all, I enjoy it. It's just not. It's just probably it's probably outside of the Game of the Year nominees for me. But if this was a little bit slower of a year, then sure, why not? It's just not a slow year like that.
What was the last slow year we had? I feel like
2022.
Since 2020. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you're right. 2022 was pretty slow. This probably would have been one of the contenders. I just so about Call of Duty, Ham. I'm so frustrated with that campaign. I don't know if you're gonna think I'm crazy about this, but I think it was too short.
They're all short.
Ah, man.
You just loved it. So it was way too short.
Dude, that campaign for me, right, is like a 9 out of 10.
It's funny because all the campaigns are short, and there are campaigns I believe that are even shorter than that one, and you didn't say anything until now, so you must really have enjoyed that campaign to have noticed.
Yeah. I even came up with ideas. Like, I want to get in touch with the guys at Treyarch or whoever's handling Call of Duty Activision. I'd like to get in touch with them and just be like, guys, listen to me. I will pay $70 every month if you give me a campaign like that every month.
Every month? You're drunk.
I'm serious. Like, what they should do, right, is make a gigantic ass campaign. Remember 24? Remember 24? The TV show.
Yeah, 24 hours, yeah.
Yeah, with what was his name? Kiefer Sutherland, the guy that took over from David Hayter as Solid Snake. Actually, is Venom Snake. Whatever. Anyway, if they could figure out a way to come up with a campaign that was big, like really, really big, and then chop it up into 12 campaigns, and then they release one like
Like a series?
every single month the new campaign, another month the new campaign. Dude, it's so well made, Ham. Like, I know you haven't played it, but the cinematography,
Oh yeah, I've only
the
played the first
voice,
hour.
the voice acting, the writing itself, dude. It's so good. It's so freaking good. I just want more, honestly. And then I stumbled onto the fact that when you install Call of Duty on Xbox, it doesn't just install Black Ops 6. It installs all of the Call of Duty games. And
Well, not exactly.
it installs a whole bunch of them. The
It
recent
installs
ones.
the HQ, in which then you can install whatever other Call of Duties that you want onto it, as long as it's within the timeline of when the HQ was made.
Yeah, so all the recent ones.
Yeah, like the Modern
know why-
Warfares and
Yeah. Vanguard's there. I don't know what's there.
Vanguard. I think it goes as far back as Vanguard.
Vanguard's a real fuck up. They didn't need to put that in. But anyway, now I want to go through all those campaigns because I haven't bought Call of Duty since the 360, if I'm being honest. I haven't played any of those campaigns. Now I'm going to go through all of them. Every single one of them. and I'm addicted to zombies. So it's gonna be tough playing other games because Call of Duty has me by like in a stranglehold. It's really bad.
Yeah, maybe here in the next few days we can hop on and play a round of zombies.
Oh,
See how it goes.
dude, I even got like 2 friend requests. This South African guy was like, "Why are you playing with a shotgun? No one plays with a shotgun." I
In
was like,
zombies?
"Yeah, yeah."
He's high. I play with a shotgun all the time. Shotgun's like
But
the best.
I haven't met anyone that plays with a shotgun. Most people play with like machine guns. I've
Yeah,
noticed
no.
that.
I had a shotgun the last time I was playing, and one of the people that got to like level 35 or 37 or something like that was telling me that their gun was the shotgun. Like,
Bro, like I
shotgun's
told
hot.
you, exactly. The pump action shotgun not so hot, but
No, it's too slow.
it's too slow.
You
But
need that stimmy.
exactly. I've upgraded my character so much that now I start with the semi-automatic, and I'm telling you, dude, it is a thing of beauty. It's just talking about it right now. I just want to go play. I just want to go play. Anyway, Black Ops 6. Let's get into the news, Ham. Let's do some of the news. Specifically the Black Ops news. Cuz
Was there any links that you needed to give me?
links, I think I can put it up on screen. Hold on. Let me see.
If you can, that would be amazing. Oh
Is it up?
it just asked me first, but yeah,
Okay. So the issue,
that won't be an issue in
yeah,
next week that won't be an issue, but this week it is.
yeah. We're testing a lot of stuff, guys. Apologies.
We're making sure that this is good for us before we spend big money on it.
Yep. But yeah, Black Ops 6 launch was the biggest Call of Duty release ever, Microsoft claims. There was a lot of conversations around the Black Ops being on Game Pass. This is not going to end well. Game Pass is probably going to be the downfall of Call of Duty. So far, it doesn't look like that's what's happening.
So far,
Really?
it's an absolute demon.
Yeah, it's a monster right now. Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella touched on the game's early performance during the company's first quarter earnings call on Wednesday. Last week's launch of Black Ops 6 was so this is the quote. Last week's launch of Black Ops 6 was the biggest Call of Duty release ever, setting a record for day one players as well as Game Pass subscriber adds on launch day, he said. And unit sales on PlayStation and Steam were also up over 60% year over year. This speaks to our strategy of meeting gamers where they are by enabling them to play more games across the screens they spend their time on. What's this? Activision drove. All right, let's come back up here. So there's some parts I wanted to highlight here. This right here says setting a record for day one players,
Mm-hmm.
as well as Game Pass subscriber ads on launch day. He's only talking about Xbox here. So there was a
Okay.
record number. This is my understanding. There was a record number of day one players who bought the game on Xbox. And there was also a record number of people that got Game Pass on one day.
How about that?
This before we get to PlayStation and Steam.
Mm-hmm.
So I found that very interesting.
No, it is.
Right.
I think it's fantastic. To be honest,
Turns out the players do pay on Xbox.
well,
Weird
of
that.
course they do. I don't know where people get these dumb ideas where like they think that like oh, I'm on my preferred thing, so I I can assume that everybody's doing it, or fucking up or not doing things correct on the other side because they're making wrong decisions. They're not making my decisions. They're making wrong decisions. So,
Yeah.
so it is what it is. Whatever. Fuck 'em.
Okay. So moving on, he then said, and unit sales on PlayStation and Steam were also up 60% year over year. That's wild. This is crazy to me. 60%, Ham.
Yeah.
Last year was Modern Warfare 3, correct?
Yeah.
Modern Warfare 3 did crazy numbers. And this says they went 60% over that. They did that plus 60%. That's wild to me.
They did that plus 60%. That's not wild. That's stupid. That's
crazy.
like dumb. Bro, that's crazy money.
Yeah. So but the reason why I thought it was important to point this out very quickly today is I just like for us to dead this conversation that Game Pass is going to be the end of Call of Duty.
Loke, you should fix your avatar. I don't know what happened to it.
What just happened?
Your avatar is gone.
Hold on. But when I look at it here on Eve Max, my avatar is fine.
Okay.
It's just on the stream. That's
Well,
weird.
And then I'll fix it.
All right.
Don't worry about it. Anyways, keep going.
Yeah. So I was saying, guys, let's just end this conversation. All right. Let's end this conversation because it's going to get embarrassing for everyone. The people that decided to buy Activision are not crazy. They're not dumb. They had stats. They had numbers. They have access to spreadsheets. None of us have. And people are sitting here were sitting here talking about no, COD it's going to fall apart now that it's on Game Pass. No one's going to buy it. Guess what? Not only are people buying it, they're buying even more copies. And guess what? People are subscribing to Game Pass as well. More people are subscribed even after Microsoft took away the $1 deal. Because don't forget they did that as well.
Yeah, and they made sure to make a point of it when they did it.
Yeah. They took away the $1 deal. And guess what? On day one, people opened their wallets. Microsoft fired the customer support at Activision because they knew the game was well built. Okay, Rachie. All right. We're going to go with your word on this one. But yeah, for me, I just got tired of seeing people being, no, it's dead. Now that it's on Game Pass, no one's going to buy it. Dude, the game was rigged from the beginning. Even if people didn't buy it and everyone subscribed to Game Pass, that's what Phil wants. And now, like for all the haters, I'm sorry, guys. I'm really sorry. For all the haters, not only are people buying the game, they're also buying Game Pass. So tough tits.
I was waiting for you to say the second part.
Tough
I was gonna be
tits,
like,
man.
tough what? Tough what?
So there's more here. Black Ops 6 and Warzone Season 1 will launch November 14th. Activision announced on Tuesday, it will introduce a colossal amount of free content, including multiplayer zombies and Warzone maps. The publisher teased. Again, zombies is the shit. Just for zombies, I now know that I have to buy like an external hard drive because I can't afford to uninstall Call of Duty anymore. I need to play at least like I need to level up one level per day at least, just so I can say my day was complete. But yeah, that's the news on Black Ops 6's record-breaking launch. Is there anything you want to add before we move on? Cam, you there?
Oh, my bad. I was muted. I said all I really got to say is dope, really, because like it just means it's gonna stand on its own for quite some time, and on top of it, it makes me even more happier being a Game Pass member, knowing that this is coming on there, and I don't have to buy it every year. Fuck, man, like that to me, that's the real W in this situation, because I don't like. I don't know. Maybe I'm different than everybody else. I don't need to own every Call of Duty. I don't. I have a few that are my favorite, and I'm cool with owning those. But as for owning every single one, when I know the real reason that we all play these, for the most part, is for the online, it just feels redundant after a while, you know?
Even if you want it just for the campaign, like no offense, it's just what 12 hours.
You want to spend $70 for that for 12 hours max? Like
I'm
to
good.
me, I'm happy to be in a subscription service for something like that. If I'm being honest.
Yeah, I'm not too like I'm not depressed about that personally. I'm good. If this is where they're going with it, like the kids say, I'm straight. I'm straight.
Well,
No
this isn't
issue.
like this isn't like, you know, Grand Theft Auto or something like that. Where me personally, with a game like Grand Theft Auto, I know a lot of people are like, "Oh, that game has a lot of internet and stuff too." Sure, but that's not why I play Grand Theft Auto. And Grand Theft Auto is a lot longer of a game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like
A
metaphor.
lot longer. So like, seeing that I'm gonna get more than, you know, 10, 15 hours in that game. And then on top of it, there's a bunch of side missions I can do. And then take away both of those things, I can just run around that city and just create havoc.
Or
You
just have
can't
a
do
chill.
that in Call of Duty. You can just play the same damn story again.
That's true.
And you could say that about longer games too, sure. But like RPG game, I'm not comparing that to a Call of Duty. I'm not comparing that to a 6 to 12 hour campaign. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
What if Madden was on Game Pass day one? Would you not buy that?
I don't buy Madden as it is.
Okay. 2K.
The best one, I don't buy 2K as it is. I bought 2K
Mm-hmm.
usually when it was on sale. I only bought 2K once at launch ever. And that
Which
was, I
one?
think, 2K, I think that was 22.
Why?
It was either
Um,
22. Yeah, it was 22. I bought it at launch. Yep.
I'm curious. Why?
Because at that time, I was really starting to kind of get into 2K and let me also tell you what fucked me up. This is where I felt like I got hit by a truck. So 2K, I believe it was 21 or 22. I don't remember which one it was. Okay, so it was 2K23 that I bought day one. Because it was the one with Devin Booker on the cover. I need to see which one that one was.
Wow.
2K Devin Booker cover. That's 23, right? Yeah, that's 23. Yeah, that's 23. So that's the one I bought day one. It's because 22 was on Game Pass. Okay? 22 was on Game Pass, and it got me really into it.
Yeah.
So once 23 came out, Matt bought it. And might I add, we weren't game sharing at that time. Matt bought it day one. Bill bought it day one. And they were playing on it, and they kept the old one downloaded for me. But that kind of made me feel like a bitch. I ain't gonna lie. like, you know what I mean? Like you the odd brother out. Like, we are pandering for you. But after we done playing with your ass, we gonna play the good one.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? They're gonna go play the one with the updated teams and shit.
Ooh.
I gotta play with, people that ain't even on this team no more.
Ooh. Damn.
So so like I wasn't gonna let that slide. So so I went on ahead, like many other guys. This is real, right? Many other guys think the exact same way. They feel some type of way when all the boys moved on to the next year, and they did. They feel some type of way. So I went on ahead, and I copped 23. Day one, I felt dumb as hell while doing it because I'm not. I already know how this shit goes, right? Like, I've played the Maddens and I've tried out FIFA and NHL, and I see, the cards and the prices for the like I get it. I already know how it goes. But I went on ahead, did it anyways. I had a good time with it. I played that one the most out of any of them, I believe, at least when it comes to like single player and shit.
Yeah.
But like it was the only one I bought because the next year when 24 came out, I didn't buy it. And I was telling Matt, I was like, I'm not buying this next one. Because like I just feel silly buying it year after year. Like, I haven't done that since in the early 2010s or in before that, back in the day. Right? When I on my PS2 and original Xbox and in like 360, like I was stuck in that trap back then, and I was down for it. But now that I'm older, I already know how it goes down. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, no, not doing it again. I bought 23. I'm set. And then my homeboy Matt ends up, or somebody hooked me up with the Kobe edition of it. I wish I remember who did that. Somebody hooked me up with that Kobe edition one while it was on sale for like $25, like 2 months after it came out, because that's how these motherfuckers get you, because they know what they're doing. So I ended up getting that. Dope. I was happy. And then now I'm game sharing with Matt, which he purchases 2K automatic every year. He calls himself stupid while doing it because he knows what he's doing, but he doesn't care. He's just a huge Cavs fan, and he has to have the latest roster. That's how he thinks of it. And I can respect that, because he's like, I know what I'm doing. I don't like it. I know. I shouldn't be eating this, 2,000 calorie burger. I know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm a piece of shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm a piece of shit right now, but I'm gonna do it because this is what I enjoy. But then, I ain't buying every sports game like that. Everything else can come to Game Pass. That's the way that he thinks when it comes to like basketball and all this shit. Like, Now, I might have my own problem on me. And here's a game that you should have used. College football.
Ah, yeah.
So you asked me, do I want all these? Do I want those games to go to a subscription? I say yes, but I say yes within Game Pass. I do not want it to be a separate $20 to get all those games, because then I'm going to take it even further and say, why can't I just get this game? I don't want those other ones.
Yeah. A la carte.
Yes, a la carte. My favorite brother. Man, I'm telling y'all, and this is off subject as a motherfucker. If you go out to eat, especially if it's somewhere expensive, I highly encourage you to look at the a la carte menu before you look at a meal.
There's some good deals there.
I have a la carted at some places and they've got mad at me before
Because
because they
you got
knew
a
what
good
I
deal.
was doing. And I was
Yeah.
just like, y'all overcharging for shit. You are. You see it in your prices. If I can do this, then you're telling me where the extra $3.50 go. You know what I'm saying? Where the extra $2 go? I'm getting the same fucking meal. I remember I went to Dickie's Barbecue. I ordered a bun and chopped brisket separate.
You're a menace, Ham. You
Oh,
are a
absolutely.
freaking menace.
Hey, man. Hey, your fake friends out there will tell you to spend all your money. I'm out here telling you to save, because don't nobody care about you.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, I a la carted my way into Dickie's. Yeah, I went up there. I said, let me get a bun and let me get some brisket, and I'll take a side of some pickles, which is a freebie. And I made my own brisket sandwich that they had there. You know why I knew that? Because I worked there.
Oh my goodness.
I worked there prior. So I went to a different Dickie's and asked for this, right? But like, that's how I know to maybe I should look at a few of these a la carte menus at other places, and I found some. Boston Market had that shit. Like, bro, some of these places, even Popeyes has like some a la carte shit. Like, you'd be surprised what places have a la carte where you can say, and yeah, maybe I'm being cheap or whatever, but shit, I'm spending my money on what I actually want to get.
Vince says you need to game the game.
Hey.
Yes, that's the entire idea. Because the game's trying to game you, bro. Everyone is trying to hustle you. Microsoft's trying to hustle you. PlayStation's trying to hustle you. Steam's trying to hustle you. You need to sit there and read the terms and conditions, like Ham is talking about here.
That's why
Get yourself.
we were talking about that guy that has like 24 years of PlayStation Plus or whatever.
Yes.
There was a reason that we didn't make fun of him.
Yep.
We know exactly what he did, and we're just like, yo, that's a flex.
That's impressive.
Like he didn't pay 24 years for what it cost. No. Ain't no way.
No, it didn't.
Ain't no way. So I see that and I'm like, I bet PlayStation mad.
And they hope people don't find out how he did it, man. They hope people don't find out.
Mm-hmm.
Because if everyone does that glitch that he did, they might have to retract that shit.
They gotta honor it or he could sue him.
Or they'll just give people back their money.
Mm.
They
But
could
if they
just
raise the prices, then they gotta give them back what it costs now.
Oof. It'll be a hard spot for them to be in. But because we don't care, about how companies are going to sort themselves out. And we just want to know how the
You there? I think he might have disconnected or something. I don't know what happened to him.
I'm here. Can you not
Oh,
hear me?
you just said something about companies, like company, and partly cut out during what you were saying.
Dude, again, like I told you about the whole internet situation in Mozambique. At any moment, this could go from 0 to 100. But yeah, I was saying, uh, oh man, I forgot the point I was trying to make. Anyway, I hope that guy gets his glitch. I hope he gets it out to as many people as possible.
No doubt.
Yep. What's this? Sony can ban his account for 24 years if he says one single bad thing in chat. That's true. That's true. But if we get into that, we might just get political, and this is not the week. This is not the week. Ham, are you good on Black Ops 6
Oh
on this
yeah,
specific
that was
subject?
fun. That was a fun conversation. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Next, Sean Layden, ladies and gentlemen, Sean Layden has some interesting tidbits to share with the people. Hold on, let me put this up on screen. So, ex PlayStation boss says platform holders, bias showing already. Platform holders must do more to restore the AA games category. Uh, where is it? Okay. Layden, who during a 30-year career at Sony served as CEO of SIE America and chairman of Worldwide Studios, told VGC at Gamescom Asia that platform holders such as Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo must do more to foster games, and I quote, between the Grand Theft Auto layer and Among Us layer. His quotes continue: game budgets are not going to remain in the triple digit millions. Let's say $20 million. With the current level of gaming development skill, it's gotten higher than it was 10 years ago. We have a talent pool that we can reach into with the right budget and lean into for the variety. Don't make a bunch of AA first person shooters set in World War II. That's not going to move the needle. But give us more interesting opportunities. Give me more things like Firewatch and those kinds of games. We're trying to get more people into playing games. Clearly, people are not playing games, and they're not playing games because they're not interested in what we're giving them. What we're giving them is sequels to the things they weren't interested in. I don't think that's going to get them through the door. That sounds like some Horizon shade right there. Ham, thoughts before we continue with the quotes?
Continue, please. I need to hear more.
Okay. Says here, when it costs $5 million to make a game, you can charge $60. When it costs $125 million to make a game, you charge $60, Layden said. So the math doesn't work. You end up having your cost and revenue streams at a break even point. It's not a healthy model. But the gaming community said they don't want to pay more than $60 for a game. That led the industry into this place of, well, how do we get them to continue to spend? What is DLC? What are the microtransactions? How do we get battle passes? How do we sell subscriptions? For some, they made good decisions around that. Others we've seen haven't. And we've seen blowback for companies charging crazy amounts for DLC and season passes that have no benefit. So I think we are running up against a wall now. If you're going to make 150 million triple A game, you're going to have to make a sequel. Your ability to take chances or make a game that no one's ever heard of before at that cost, it's getting very difficult to do the math on that, particularly when you have companies more and more being run by chief financial officers rather rather than when chief creative officers became CEOs. This man is spitting. We've done these things this way for 30 years. Every generation, those costs went up and we realigned with it. He said, we've reached the precipice now where the center can't hold. We cannot continue to do things that we have done before. It's time for a real hard reset on the business model, a hard reset on what it is to be a video game, he said. It's not 80 hours, it's not 90 hours, but if it is, that's a whole different category. End of the article. Thoughts, Ham?
So I think that was nice, but
But
I do have a lingering issue with that.
all right.
And I learned it from my boss. And I feel like he means well 100%, right?
Mhm.
But I feel like this is just one of those moments where it's just like, I feel like you're giving me problems when we already know we have problems. What we're looking for is solutions. My boss used to specifically say, don't come to me with a problem if you don't already have a solution. And I love that saying
Hmm.
because it's just like, if you don't know how to go about fixing, you're just bitching. And I feel like a person at his level, dude, we could listen to any of the developers or senior heads or whatever just tell us about all these problems. But if they're not saying, hey, we're working on it, or hey, I have an idea, or, sharing some sort of, you know, plan of progression, which, might I add, a hell of a time of the year to talk about something like this, right?
Yeah.
Where most of it, where most of it is just all mudslinging. All we're so used to doing at this point in time in society is complaining.
And throwing shade.
Yeah, and throwing shade and whatnot. And I don't always feel like the shade is unnecessary. Sometimes I feel like the shade is necessary. But at the same time, it's just like, then we see those same people that threw the shade doing the same thing that they said was bad. So I'm wondering, hey, so Sean is still working with games. We know that. Is he practicing what he's preaching right now? I want to see what his next game is, or his next, thing that they, or, his team or whatever he's working for is investing in. Are they practicing what they're preaching, or are they just saying stuff? Because just
He's
saying
running
stuff
the website,
won't
right?
move anything, especially when you're that deep in the game, when you're that well known, when anytime you say something, it's an article.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Anytime you say something, it's an article. You have that kind of pull. I hope you're practicing what you're preaching. And if you are, please be loud about it. But if you're not, then what are we doing? So I like the article,
Well,
but I'm just wondering where the fruits of it. Like this is a nice seed, but what is it going to turn into?
um, I would say it's not that black and white. And this is not me being a pony or anything and defending him because he's the um ex director of Sony or whatever, right? Ex CEO.
Well,
So
nothing's ever black and white, but please explain because I got because I need an argument to this to help me better understand what this is.
because the context here is Sean Layden is currently the strategic or one of the strategic advisors at Tencent Games. So he's already done the hard work in terms of like career wise.
Mm,
He's not in the phase anymore, Ham, of doing it himself and making sure that certain games come out a certain way. That's not where he is in his career. And he's not even like a decision maker.
then what is he?
He is the strategic advisor at Tencent Games. The reason this is news
Okay,
is
well
that
that sounds pretty specific when it says to go on towards ideas of how you're going to create games for the future.
yeah, but see, the thing is, at the end of the day, right? Unless he's in a decision-making position, which there's no advisor on the planet that is in a decision-making position, unless it's like a rogue situation, right? Advisors advise, but at the end of the day, Tencent has people in it who make the final decisions based off of whatever the advisors are advising. So he might be saying exactly what he said in this article. He might be saying it inside Tencent, but Tencent can still, the people inside Tencent can still go and do exactly the opposite of what he's saying.
Mm. And
So,
that's what stinks.
but I would say, what I would say is that we should focus on the message and not the messenger.
Oh, for
And
sure. Like,
yeah,
like,
and
like I said, at the end of the day, at the end of the day, this is a good article. This is a good article because it gives you more transparency, right?
yeah,
But at the same time, it's just I just another negative thing to it's kind of another negative aspect. So it's just not, it just doesn't feel great. You know what I'm saying? To see that. But at the same time, it's just like, thanks.
I kind of liked it because he didn't just point out to like flaws and problems. Um, from what I saw, at least in the article, he
What was
pointed
your
out the
favorite
issues.
part that was a positive?
Hold on, let me go back to the article. Uh, $20. Firewatch. Uh, mhm. This is my favorite part. Your ability to take chances or make a game that no one's ever heard of before at that cost. It's getting very difficult to do the math on that. All right. This actually, whatever. This was the preamble. This was the setup, right? And then the punchline is here. Particularly when you have companies more and more being run by chief financial officers rather than chief creative officers being CEOs. This right here was the coup de grace. I would take it. I would say that applies not only to leadership in what types of games, it even applies to leadership in terms of dialogue in games. You need to bring in people that are good at their jobs, and the like their skills need to correlate to whatever it is that they're doing. So if you want to paint a house, get the best painter. Don't get the tallest guy in your neighborhood. Do you know what I mean? That's the issue. So if we can get these chief financial officers out of the way, leave them in their little departments, but they don't make the final decisions of what gets green lighted and what doesn't. If we can get the people that aren't here to write good stories but want to write about whatever else, get them out, right? Get the people that want to write good stories. Get the people out that don't like guns. Get them out. Get them out of the game that's about guns. Get the psychos that have fantasies with World War II pistols. Get those guys in, because we're making a game about guns. So for me, this was the big highlight of the whole article. Am I nuts? You don't seem like you're buying it, Ham.
Oh, I'm just doing something at the same time that I'm listening to you say that. I don't
Okay.
think
All right.
I don't think you're nuts at all for what you're saying at all. I don't think that's crazy.
All right. All right. Tell us, Ray. Welcome.
Ty A
man.
just got in here,
Oh.
so I'm just getting him set.
Oh, in the studio. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Hey, what's up?
See, that's why it's important to have the studio. Welcome in, Ty. How are you doing?
I'm good, guys.
We're using a new app, but your voice is still crispy.
Thank you. I'm trying to get my avatar in, but I can't remember where I stored that picture. So I'll be probably doing it in a few seconds. Just trying to find it.
Ooh, look at me. I'm Mr. Humble. I don't keep pictures of myself or at the ready.
I do not.
Like this guy. I
let's
don't have
see.
a big ego. All right. Okay. Sure, buddy. Sure. Ty, what you been playing?
I'm still on Metaphor. I have a problem with that game. I think it's because I keep playing it late, so I get really tired. So what happens is, Ham, you know about this. When you get to the dungeon runs, I normally finish them in the first day. Like I, go level up or do whatever I need to do, and I blow through them in the first day. So I have like the whole week, or like a week and a half of just chilling, talking to people, and I think I find that part quite tedious. Because it's the same thing over and over again. It's okay, go talk to this person, go do that, go do this. I can't go level up because I'll just be overpowered. So what I'm just doing these, wisdom checks, intelligence checks, I kind of get tired and bored. And because I'm already tired from working or whatever, I just like say, okay, I'll do it tomorrow. And that's been happening for the last like 5 days now. So I
What
haven't
level are
progressed
you?
in the game. Sorry?
What level are you?
Oh, I can't even remember, to be honest. But now I'm 40 hours in. I'm basically at the stage where I'm in the big city now. The one where we had to go into the bad guy's ship.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm there now. But I'll power through to probably tonight, this evening, and then I'll get to the good stuff. It's just because I'm not. I guess my mind is like, yo, just give me to the next story point. All this, go hang out with your teammates. I'm not really feeling that right now. I just need something to happen to kind of keep me going. So
I hope you're high enough level, bud.
oh, we'll see. I mean, maybe that's what the game's telling me. It's like, yo, go level up, go do something, because you're about to get it hard. That could be it. But
I'm telling you, man, make sure that you are fully equipped with items and that you are a nice strong level,
Okay.
because I'll tell you, I went in there very attack heavy, but once I ran out of stamina, I was cooked. And even after I got stamina back, I realized then how fast I lose it.
Hmm.
So, yeah.
Okay.
That, and I won't even go any further into, like, I don't even think that spoiled anything. I just feel like
No, that's all right.
you just like, because I thought I was which I was very close to the very end of the game. I thought I was at the end of the game when I ran out of all of everything, and I realized, oh, there's like, okay, a couple more parts. And yeah, there's like no break.
Okay.
And it is, it's a good night. I'll tell you, it's gonna be a good night. Oh man, it's just it was a hell of a ride there at the end of Metaphor, and I'm happy I left and came back the way that I did, because man, I was so strong. Like, my guy was very attack heavy, man. I was hurting people. But once I ran into somebody that was like, yo, that's just the end of the first quarter, bruh. Like, yeah, I was like, oh shit. Like, I don't think I can last until halftime. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I was stuck on an island versus Jerry Rice.
All right. I'll see how I'll see how it goes, because I am doing some editing for some videos and some things like that. So I'm quite busy at the moment, and to play Metaphor and to go to the bathroom and to cook food, I'm just like, bruh, I don't have time. I need action like right now. But yeah, we'll see.
Bro, I was cooking. I was flipping burgers and everything. Like, shit. I needed it. Where'd Lo go?
Hey, Ty,
What's up?
I would suggest that you listen to the dude that finished it.
Yeah. We'll
That's all I'm gonna say. Because yeah, just I would listen to him.
mhm.
Yeah. Anyways, Ty, do you have anything to add on the whole Sean Layden interview thing?
Yeah, I didn't really get a chance to see what he said, but a lot of these interviews, I think it makes sense. Like everything he's saying, I think everyone kind of has an idea. This is what's going on in the industry, and he's just trying to tell people like, hey, the fix is to kind of go back into AA games, or games like this. I think it's easier said than done, but
That's
but I
kind of
think
what I'm saying. Thank you, Ty.
yeah, it's easier said than done, because for a lot of these companies out there, it is the AAA games that brings in the most money, right? It's not the AA games that's bringing in the cash. We've seen smaller games like Remedy's not even Control, Alan Wake 2, for example. They're only recouping the money back just there, and they're just barely recouping the money
Yeah.
back. So you need the big games, the God of Wars, the Spider-Man, the Legend of Zelda's, the
Helldivers is
Baldur's Gate
smaller
3.
though.
Yeah, there's some AA games, that could do well. I think
Remnant is pretty small.
yeah, but I think the problem we run into is like we give these examples, and these examples are quite specific. Not
Yeah,
everyone's
they're
gonna
rare.
have.
They're rare occurrences, right?
Yeah, it's not like a frequent thing that's gonna happen. Like what was that game that's supposed to be excuse me, like a God of War game? Banishers, for example. that was supposed to be a God of War
Which one?
double A kind of Banisher.
Which one?
I never
Banishers.
thought of Banishers like a God of War game.
Well, it
Banisher.
has, yeah, but it has the cinematics. It's trying to it's kind of do the action adventure kind of situation. So it's one
I
of
put
those
it
games
more
where
Plague Tale, Requiem in particular.
maybe a mixture between Plague and God of War, but it didn't do well. That's a double A game that the developers didn't get triple A budget; they got double A
Was it
budget,
good?
and it was good enough. But good
Yeah, it was
enough
good
is not
enough.
good enough is not good enough to
And
survive
that's
in
what
this
I would
industry.
say. That's what I would say. Because I think we would be hard pressed to find. I think the exception is double A games that are good that haven't made their money back. I think that would be harder to find.
Well, we also
'Cause-
live in a space where it's not slim pickings anymore. Like back in the day when we used to go to Blockbuster and stuff like that, like it was very slim pickings on stuff that you could get. So like what and then you just had had to make do with what you had. But now today it's just like people will say nah. Or people will take other people's reviews more seriously than they did back then.
Mhm.
And stuff like that. So I mean, to me, it's like comparing your comparing an American old 60 to 70-year-old person to like a millennial's life. Like it's not the same. Like like the day and age is completely different, and comparing it to 20 or 30 years ago is like it's kind of asinine.
It's night and day.
It is. It's apples and oranges.
So are you guys saying that you don't think that Sean Layden's right?
No, I think is right in terms of budget. Like you can't run a 300 million, 400 million, whatever cost it is game. It's so risky, and no investor is looking to do that. So he's right in that sense. And the question is like, well, how do you fix it? And I guess this is the part where he says you gotta reduce the budget. So yeah, you gotta rein in the budgets, because what kills a studio isn't the fact that the game is bad; it's the fact that the budget doesn't match the sales. So
Yeah.
if you can somehow reduce your budget by 50 million, even, you save your studio. That's just it. And the ones who have a good project manager, like I'll give you an example. Like Baldur's Gate 3, despite it, having a 7-year cycle and all these things, whoever who was project managing that team did a really good job, because from the estimates I saw, it costs around like 100 to 150 million to make. Right?
Yeah.
That's a decent amount, but that's not Spider-Man 2 numbers. That's probably not God of War numbers.
No.
It's still a heavy game, but it's quite on the cheap end from a AAA perspective. And that game looks amazing. That game did amazing things. So you need to get somebody who can, manage your budget and at the same time produce high quality games. I don't know if you have to use AI. I don't know if you have to use machine learning. I don't really know what you have to do, but you need to bring those budgets down.
All the way down.
Yeah, all the way down for sure. Even for example, Callisto Protocol, the game looks great. Did it have to look that good? I don't think so.
Are we bitching about games looking too good? What is even going on here?
I mean, it's the state of the industry in the sense that you can make your game look like a perfect example is probably Nintendo with The Legend of Zelda. Like that game didn't cost that much to make, at least from a graphical point of view. But it's gonna sell 20 million plus. Wukong didn't break the bank when it comes to budget, but 20 million sales. So you just need to be efficient in how you allocate your money. And I mean, I hate to say it, but you probably need to get away from the United States and move to Poland or maybe even Japan, because I think cost of labor there is quite cheap.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is why the jobs moved to China.
Exactly.
That's a bit dystopian. God damn, moving game developers overseas.
Mm-hmm.
I think you would lose some sort of authenticity. Like, can you imagine a Grand Theft Auto, but the devs are in China? Ham, do you think that would still be like they would still have that feel of America?
It doesn't need to. It's not. Why would it need to feel like America?
Because it's Grand Theft Auto.
The Grand Theft Auto doesn't have to reside in America.
Ooh. You'd be okay with a GTA set in, I don't know, Beijing.
That would be mad interesting.
Okay. Okay, Ty.
That'd be mad interesting. The only thing that I would, the only thing I would hope for is good localization.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna say I want it to be in America, not because you can't make a good one in like London or Paris or whatever it is. Like, listen, if they do that, they do that. End of story. The reason why I say America is just because I think America has a very unique culture that is crazy. Like, when we saw the trailer for GTA, it was basically all these American stories that happened in Florida and all these other random places. You don't get stories like that in Europe. We're not that crazy. We're not that wild. We're not that eccentric. We're quite chilled, relatively. And we don't have crocodiles coming into our back garden. We don't have people pushing bears off, walls. We don't have people twerking on cars. We don't have none of these random events that just happens. So I think with America, you can get away with a very satire version of the States and focus on this extreme elements. London's extreme elements are not they're not as dramatic as United States. So I think, just from a story perspective, I think that keep it in the US. Now something like Fallout, yeah, I think I don't think America is really needed. Like there's no personality in Fallout. I don't think so. So you could probably
There
get away
is,
with
bro.
that. Is there an American personality?
I think Fallout is very much an American brand. Like even from the music, the whole Cold
Oh,
War
that is true.
themes,
Yeah,
it's very American.
that is true. I think I guess maybe what I'm trying to say here is like from a Fallout perspective, you're right. The music is, and the whole idea of like nuclear war as well is. So I think the premise there is, I don't know if the people there feel necessarily American, right? Whereas when I play a GTA game, like if you play San Andreas or you play even GTA 5, I think CJ, like that's a very very American kind of character, a black person, the stereotype of a black person in America. So I think I don't know if you could really replicate all those things in Europe. Actually, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to take a step back. You can, and I think it'd be interesting. I think it'd be
Yeah.
interesting. Yeah.
There you
Yeah,
go.
can.
Come on to
Yeah.
the dark side.
Dude,
Yeah.
I was about to be like, dude, everything you just described, I think it could work in Europe. I think
Yeah,
it
you're
could
right.
work
You can.
in
You
Europe.
can. Yeah.
Yeah.
I take it all back. I'm talking
Yeah.
shit.
I would play a GTA set in Nigeria.
Oh,
Vegas, that could be interesting. Yeah.
That would be wild.
Do you know
It
what?
would
Yeah,
be
I think if they ever decide to do
crazy.
like a DLC, I think they should start off with like little DLCs or whatever it is, and I think
Mm,
from there you can kind of gauge people's interest and then see, you know what, let's do this.
yeah, yeah. It'd be an
this,
interesting
don't
experiment.
take this the wrong way, but
What?
I would like one set in modern Iraq.
Oh my god.
I don't
And
know why.
and you have
What?
to and you're a good person to that country and you're helping figure yeah. You're helping
What?
stabilize it more.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, that'd be crazy, right?
No.
That'd be crazy. But it'd be fun.
Put a poll in. Put a poll in the chat, huh? I want to see what the chat thinks about. What? That's crazy.
That might
Hey
work
man, why
well.
can't we have peace everywhere, bro?
That
Why
might
why
work
is that
well with
crazy?
like some kind of not Splinter Cell, Hitman kind of game, right? I think that could actually make sense.
Yeah. I think that would make more sense. Ham, you know what? I would want
That
you to
probably that would probably get developers in deep shit, though, Dick, to be real.
Yes. Yes, it would.
like
Yeah.
I'm just throwing out a fun idea. I'm not telling anybody to do it.
Oh, it definitely sounds interesting, Ham. All I'm saying is I can see a whole lot of drama around that game. Like I can see people
Oh,
pressuring Xbox and PlayStation to like not publish it or don't have it available on their platforms, and I can see a whole lot of stuff
Do
happening
you
with
know
that.
what? Yeah, I'll go and say you can make it really work if you're respectful and if you actually portray the country in a very good way. So the story would be like this: the scummy United States came over and screwed everything up. And now we have to once again clean up their problems. So you have an individual, and he's helping the
boom.
local Iraqis. Maybe with business opportunities. At the same time, he's also taking out foreign adversaries like Europe, who wants to take control of Iraq now that it's a bit messed up. So as long as you're portraying Iraq in a good light, and you guys are the good guys, sorry, Iraqis are the good guys, I don't think they're gonna complain. As long as they're the good guys, then it's all good.
Yeah. See, that's what I'm talking about.
Ty is
Something
choosing
like
violence.
that.
Oh my
Something
god.
100% like that. Like it doesn't even have to be a real city. Just like GTA doesn't technically use real they it's very pretty much identical, but it's like not supposed to be the actual, like they don't call it Los Angeles. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
That's true.
I mean, also think
That's
about it. It's gonna be a game, excuse me, representing a culture and a group of people. So it takes up that diversity, woke kind of
Ty.
box, right? But then
Ty,
those
I have
people
one question.
themselves, go ahead.
I have one question for you, Ty.
Hmm.
And this one's directly to you because I'm pretty sure, maybe I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure Ham won't understand the context.
Hmm.
Ty, when you're making this game, is the character Sunni or Shia?
You could do something controversial, like just say he's, he's not too sure. He
Yeah,
is,
yeah. Uh-huh.
yeah, that was a bit more controversial, probably.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
Ah.
Let me think about it.
Doing
You know what? I'm gonna have to hire some diversity team, to kind of walk
Uh-huh.
me through that decision.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Dude, this diversity team, it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. I saw this video for that game. What's it? Unknown 9. Dude, the thing is set in India, like years and years and years ago. But when you go into the marketplace, and this is someone from Pakistan saying that the people in the market aren't speaking Indian or any of the Indian sub languages, they're
Hmm.
speaking Pakistani. And it's not even like the ancient Pakistani. It's the what's it, the modern Pakistani, like the one that you
Hmm.
that you find people speaking right now.
Yeah.
So even then, Tyre, you're probably going to put your foot in your mouth.
You might, but I think people need to stop crying. Like I don't think that's a big deal.
I agree.
Um,
I agree.
like
One
it's it's
thousand
it's
percent.
it's it's a joke, for people to kind of find every little thing to cry about. Like the same thing you guys talking about, like Dragon Age, right? This is crazy. I literally went to go find the Dragon Age Inquisition because I'm like, you know what? Let me look at Dragon Age, and I found this clip of the Anari or whatever they're called from Dragon Age Inquisition. Bro, they talk like Dragon Age Inquisition has literally gender topics in it. This is not new. Now you could say the execution in Velgard is worse or not good, but I'm literally watching clips of people say like, "Yo, do you respect him because he's a man, but he's saying he's a woman?" And the character is saying like, "Listen, I don't care if it's a man or woman, as long as they can fight, that's all that matters." So you could say the execution is better, and I can see that, and they even joke about it too. But the idea that some people were saying like this is like a first for Dragon Age, no, it really isn't. Which makes me think a lot of this thing is also fake outrage as well. Like people just really upset. I sent it to one guy who was obviously upset about it, and yeah, he thought the Dragon Age Inquisition one was crazy as well. I'm like, yeah, but notice how you went crying 15 years ago or 10 years ago. Notice how you're only
Yep.
crying now.
Check private chat look.
Okay. So a controversial take that I have here on that specific subject, and I'd like us to not delay on it too long, is I think social media ruined all of this.
Mm.
You check how we used to look up to like celebrities, like movie stars. You know, we used to look up to them. We barely knew them. We would see them rarely, and then, oh my god. Okay, gotcha. We would barely see them, right? And would put them on this pedestal because we didn't know them. Now we know them, and it's like you guys remember that saying, "Don't meet your heroes." I
Yeah.
think that's where we're at with gaming. Like, social media has not helped our interaction with these developers. When we didn't know what they thought about us, when we didn't know what they thought about our political affiliations, what they thought about our sexual preferences, when we didn't know none of this, it was cool because they just made a game. Now we know, now they know, and that's where the big problem is. Let me read this super chat, and then I'd like to get your guys' take on this one. Rachie, thank you so much for $2 Canadian. Says, does Kimberly speak French? I feel oppressed by her. Listen, Rachie, Kimberly can oppress me if that's what she wants to do, right? I'm down. That's all I have to say about that. I'm down. She can oppress me. Anyways, Ty.
Yeah, I think there's a weird, crazy parasocial relationship that we all got going on. Not me, but some people got going on with these developers, and it's frankly it's just disgusting. Like I don't know why people hold on to these individuals as if like they are their gods and they need to look up to them. You are a consumer and they are a producer. They produce a product and you either buy it or you don't buy it. This
Simple.
idea that you feel entitled or they should do something your way and they should focus on you and their, the modern audiences, it was always about business. It was always a transaction. End of story. When I buy my mobile phone, I don't care about Samsung. I don't care about Apple. Are you gonna give me the phone? If the phone's good, I'm gonna buy the phone. End of story. Nintendo made the GameCube, best console ever made. They decided to not do the GameCube 2. They went down the Wii approach, completely modern audience. The casual people. What did I do? I just moved to Xbox. That was it. I didn't go on a tantrum. I didn't fight them. I didn't cry. I just said, you know what? It is what it is. Y'all do what's good for you. I'll do what's good for me. And that's what happened. Now they brought out the Wii U. They brought out the Wii and the Wii U. It wasn't really meant for me. I still stuck with Xbox. Then they brought out the Switch. What do you know? 160 million sales. Like that's how these things work. And PlayStation made a mistake with the PS3. Guess what? People went to Xbox. They did go with the PS4. People came back. Like that's all it ever has to be.
That's true.
These dudes
That's
ain't your friends. So when a creator or even Sean Lady, when he says things, I'm like, yeah, like I'm listening because you have expertise in this, and I'm interested from an expertise point of view. But I ain't your friend. You say something that I disagree with, I'm going to tell you. But I'm not going to take whatever you say to heart. I'm not going to take your political views to heart either.
And that's honestly why I said what I said.
Which was
like that's why I said what I said. Some of these people look at these people the way you're talking. Ty, they look at them like they're a father figure for him, and I'm like, dude, he's a businessman.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
But continue, please, because you were spitting.
Listen, that's what it has to be. It's just a transaction, and I don't know why people get in their feelings. I'm looking at Veilguard right now, and EA did whatever they had to do, and so did BioWare, the creator of this franchise. If you don't like Veilguard, go play Baldur's Gate. Like there's too much good games to be crying over one game. Like it really doesn't make sense. And then they make it seem like there isn't any good games. Like that's a lie. Go play Astro Ball. Go play Baldur's Gate. Go play Elden Ring. Go play Final Fantasy. Black Ops 6. Exactly. Go play. Like if you didn't like Battlefield, Black Ops 6 is here now, so there you go. Like it's never that deep. I think it's apart from the parasocial relationship, it has a lot to do with just people wanting to be like victims. People just want to be upset. They want to be angry. They want to fight something. And I get it because their lives aren't interesting, right? If your life isn't interesting, fighting some boogeyman or fighting a corporation makes your life a lot more interesting. But I think the sad thing is, what should be more interesting is playing a video game, not going online, tweeting, fighting people, blah 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 blah. All this kind of nonsense. But it is what it is.
Anything you want to add before we look at Dwayne Wade's masterpiece?
No, I mean, I felt like Ty just kind of took the cake with that one. I mean, I can't agree with him any further. Yeah, just remember that you're shopping for yourself at the end of the day with all of with all of this stuff going on. Like, I feel like people are way too comfortable with following trends instead of just being themselves, which is 99% of what starts trends. And just let it be that. Just let it be that, man. Like I said, I just really thought what Ty said pretty much nailed it. Be your own person. Your dollar means everything. So if you're out here bitching and moaning about one thing, I hope your bank account statement reflects it. Because it's crazy. It's crazy. Some of the people that I remember, and dude's a dope dude, but I just thought it was a little weird, right? And and maybe he was trolling. I don't know. But I seen a pretty popular PlayStation person that I had a chance to talk to personally was talking all about how bad the PlayStation Pro is. Now he has one. And I'm like, bro, if you would have just kept your mouth shut, people wouldn't be bothering you about it now. But since you thought you could hop on the trend of hating it before you even knew if you wanted it or not yet, now you got to do all this backtracking. You look like an idiot.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like silly shit that people could save themselves from. But they don't. Because they want to be cool.
And they want to be in the conversation. Yeah, it is what it is.
Don't say that.
What they said. That's all I'm gonna say. What they said. Just copy and paste what they said. Let's have us a laugh before we hop on off out of her today. Hold on.
All right.
Mind moving my screen a little bit to the left so we can see this piece of art that even like Da Vinci, like the greatest sculptures of all time would
Oh my goodness.
get on their knees and just start applauding at this masterpiece. Michelangelo,
Hold on.
all of these guys just be like, oh my God, can't believe. Have you seen this statue, Ty? Came out a couple of days ago.
Like, so silly, man. I didn't like it. No.
Watch out real quick. You're gonna have to replay it because you weren't in the scene. Hold
That's
on a
fine.
quick second, because I'm like refixing all this crap so we can show it on the full screen.
Yeah.
There you go. Now you're good.
All right. One more time for the people in the back. Let's enjoy pure art. What the-
shit is rad.
Jesus. Nice. Fellas, I would have wanted to have a conversation with someone. This is bad.
That's not okay.
My God.
That's not okay.
That looks nothing like him. Like
That's
not even a little
not
bit.
okay. That's all I could really say is that is not okay.
Out of 10, for me, this is like a -5. It's not even like a bad rendition of him. It looks like someone else. If you take the number 3 off and then you ask someone, okay, who do you think that is? I don't think people are gonna go up and be like, oh, that's Dwayne Wade.
No, definitely not me.
Fuck.
That's a legendary basketball player, Kratos.
Who signs up on this garbage? Like,
Oh,
I just don't like. How does this even happen? Like, doesn't somebody quality check this and say, "Yo, this, dude, this abomination right here is like the devil, man."
that would be my question. Does no one check this out? That would be my question. Because
What's it called? Toxic positivity.
oh my God. Jai, you know what?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. There was probably someone that was like, I don't know. And then everyone shouted him down.
Yeah,
Or her. Or
pretty
her.
much.
Could have been a woman. Could have been
Or
a
you
woman.
know, it could also be politics, right? There's maybe the person who did it. You know, he's friends with someone, blah blah blah, and then that's what
Friends
it
with
is.
someone that hates Dwayne Wade.
I wasn't thinking that way, but yeah, sure. I guess
Look at
screw him
this
over.
like when the steam goes out of the way, it's just straight depression.
Oh man.
Oh my god. They should have had the steam coming out of his mouth.
It looks
Motherfucker
like
looks like a
Antoine
dragon.
Walker. Looks like Antoine Walker. Just a little bit.
Jeez Louise. That is just like I can't get over it. Like that's just such a bad reveal that it's almost good.
No, no ham. It's not. Nope. It's not almost
It
good.
is good.
No.
It's good because it's just
Stop
like
it.
it seems like something that you'd see off of like a sitcom.
Yes. From people that are trying to make fun of him.
It seems like something that you'd see off of like Fresh Prince.
Yeah. Something that no one paid attention to. Honestly, I'm glad Michael Jordan got his statue when quality work was put above everything else. Because this is just terrible.
I mean, to be fair, Ronaldo also had a statue that was an abomination on him too.
That's what I'm saying. And this is what modern athletes. Why is it if you
This
go
is
back
modern
to
technology. This is crazy.
I don't know what it is. Something's wrong with the modern. The modern audience is not showing up. The modern artists are fucked. Everything modern is crap.
Yeah.
It seems that's the problem.
That's because I feel like everybody wants to put their touch on it, and everybody does a disservice because they think their touch is is something special. It reminds me of what Matt was talking about the other day. Like me and him were just sitting in the party. We were watching the Cavs game. Man, I don't give a shit about the Cavs, so I was just making fun of them the whole time. But I like seeing them win because they're a good team. But like At the end of the day, like if they lose, like he's mad and I'm not. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I just enjoy watching basketball. Like it doesn't matter to me. But we were
And they're
talking
the team.
about because Montel Williams was singing the national anthem, right?
Okay.
And Matt came on and he was like, "Man, I'm happy that he just sung the national anthem regular." And I was like, you know what? And then I went and thought back of how many people just go insane and just let their vocal cords just try to hit new fucking levels in weird spot in the weirdest parts of the song and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure there's a whole compilation on YouTube that you could probably look up of people just butchering the national anthem or people just making it just take forever. Because every end of a word was a he you know, and like just an extra push, and it was just like, Jesus, get me out of here.
Yeah. Extra seasoning. That's what they call it in the South.
Oh my goodness, it's just salt. Tastes gross.
Ron Slasher says that statue looks worse than any Concord character. That statue needs a remaster. Someone call Sony. God. Listen. If Talos Ray, right, one of the most wholesome people in the community, is ripping you, you done fucked up. Talos said Rocky's statue looks better.
It does, and it's
Oh.
embarrassing.
It's very embarrassing.
It's embarrassing because that's a fake person.
Yep, but they got that right.
Like Sylvester Stallone's like dope dude, but come on, it's a fictitious character. It's not real.
To the point you said, Loke, about the quality dipping. Maybe to play devil's advocate, I wonder if there's an element of just there's a lot of maybe bad statues out there, but because social media is so big now, and whenever something is bad, we take note. Like if this statue was good, I don't think we talk about it, right? We just, if it looks like him, it's like, okay, it's cool. I mean, whatever it is, what it is. But because it's terrible, we all speak about it. So I wonder if there's an element of that going into this. That like there's actually good quality statues out there. It's just we hyper focus on the bad ones.
Yeah,
I'm doing devil's advocate though. I'm not saying I agree with what I'm saying. I'm just saying,
I can see it. I can see it being a thing. No. I can see it being a thing. It's not. It wouldn't be crazy, because we usually, like, for example, Vince Carter got his jersey put up at the Raptors Stadium in Canada, right?
Mhm.
Right. I saw that. For me, that was a beautiful moment. I loved it. I got a bit emotional, but I'm not even a Raptors fan. But Vince, like, he made up a big part of my childhood, right? With me growing up and whatever. And no one's really talking about it unless it's like actual basketball heads like me and Matt and people like that, right? But if, for example, his jersey, while it was going up, fell or something broke, then we'd have to talk about it. So yeah, I can definitely see that we're hyper focusing on this, but it doesn't change the fact that this is a terrible statue.
Yeah.
Like, one thing,
we're talking about because it's out of the norm.
yeah. One thing does not
ain't supposed to
discredit
be
the
like
other. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree. He said he didn't say anything negative about it, right? He was pretty
No, he
chill.
hasn't said anything. Dude, Dwayne Wade is married to Gabrielle Union and owns a big part of the Utah Jazz. This dude found a way to leverage a career in basketball to not just become a millionaire, but to create actual generational wealth. Like, the Wade family is going to be rich 100 years from now.
Smart.
This guy,
Smart.
he knows how to see a shit show and how to keep his cool. So I'm not even surprised he hasn't said anything.
I mean, at this, bro, if I was him, I'd just be like, keep that shit. Keep it. This is. I want you to keep it for all the wrong reasons. So like, I'd lean into it if I was him. You know what I'm saying? Like, hell, like if we looking great.
For your viewing pleasure, there's
Oh,
Dwayne
wow.
Wade and Gabrielle Union.
Oh, they're trolling already.
Yep.
Scum.
Y'all know how it is. What just happened?
Oh no, oh yeah.
All right. So this was the first one that they put up, and obviously, like you said, here's Cristiano Ronaldo with his weird ass statue. I remember people were trolling the crap out of this when it first came out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's this one, but my favorite, there's another one. There's another one where they trolled him. Where is it? Hold on. Let me put it up real quick.
I do gotta move here in like 2 minutes, 3 minutes.
Yep. This one's my favorite. This one's the shit. I think it's perfect. I think it's perfect. Anyways, that's our show, ladies and gentlemen. Taye, do your outro, please.
You guys can find me at Taye Talks, TAYETALKS, and same thing for Twitter and YouTube.
You can find me on TSWS almost every single day of the week with Ham. Yeah, Ham, take us out.
Yeah, man, you already know. You can check us out. Are you gonna do your stream tomorrow?
If everything works out, you know what's going on in Moz.
Yeah. So yeah, check out Loke. He'll be on tomorrow if he can be. Other than that, we'll check you guys out Wednesday. Thanks for showing up. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't already, and we will see you either tomorrow or Wednesday. Peace out.